This spotlight is all about exit planning, and this segment's brought to you by booksgrowbusiness.com. It's the place where busy professionals get their books done to educate consumers, grow their businesses, and to leave a legacy. I'm Mark Imperial. Joining me on this segment is certified exit planning advisor Charles Woldenberg. Charles, welcome to the program.
Thank you, Mark.
Charles, tell us a little bit about your work and specifically who are the types of clients that you specialize in helping?
Well, the name of my practice is Baby Boomer Business Owner Exit Planning. I specialize in baby boomers because the time is running out for them, but all business owners should have a plan for an exit from their business. They have a business plan that they started, may have been on the back of a cocktail napkin, and those tend to be the best, but they also need to have a plan for what are they going to do in the end game.
When it comes to the end game, that's probably not something a lot of folks think about. How much thought do they put into it? Are there any preconceived notions about this transition in their lives? What's on their mind?
Good question. Most business owners have thought about this. They may have thought about it in passing, and there are a lot of constituencies that have to be satisfied. There may be a spouse involved. There may be children involved in the business. There may be an employee who's worthy of taking on the business. And so the problem is very complex. And consequently, because business owners tend to focus on revenue, it gets put aside. It's something they know they need to do, but not right now.
A lot of folks don't really know the role of the exit planning advisor. Could you help us kind of give a 10,000-foot overview on the areas that you help business owners with as they prepare for this transition?
Sure. So I function if they decide to engage me as a consultant, and the prior work for that is for them to spend about 15 minutes in their own words analyzing their business, and that's complimentary. And then I spend an hour with them after that report has been produced, and we review the strengths and weaknesses of their business. But when I say ringmaster, there are a lot of constituents, there are a lot of participants involved. So there may be an investment banker, or there may be a business broker. There's typically a business attorney. There may be a CFO. Many small businesses can't afford one, so they may need to hire what I call a CFO in a box, a consultant. There may be a psychologist involved, depending on the nature of the business, especially if it's a family business. And it's robust and it's a holistic practice. So my role is to coordinate all these professionals and to try and push the ball down the field so we can get the job done. Oh, I skipped a very important role for many businesses. In order to maximize their multiple, the amount of money that they're going to walk away with, they may need a management consultant in order to help them grow their business and fully realize the potential.
Great insight. As you start working with clients, do you recognize any like big glaring common mistakes or pitfalls that they all seem to fall into that may sabotage their success?
So the three biggest mistakes in exit planning is not doing the planning itself and not being prepared for that. And the second biggest one I would say is not understanding what the value of their business is. Every business owner has a number in mind. I met with one yesterday. He told me, well, I know what my business is worth. And I didn't really pursue it with them. But in general, business owners are mistaken one way or the other, up or down, what the value is. And the third error that business owners make is they really don't know what it's going to take for them to retire, to leave the business. They're used to a certain level of benefits that the business affords and salary, and the net amount that they receive from the sale or transfer of the business may not be able to satisfy those goals.
Charles, what inspired you to get into this field and specifically help business owners with their exit? How did you get started?
Well, thank you for asking, Mark. I'm a certified financial planner. I've been working with individuals and businesses for years. I had my own business in a non-financial business, and it was a learning experience, which means I got my ass handed to me. And but I've always been fascinated by entrepreneurs and by business owners. And when clients are business owners, I'll always ask them, how did you get into this business? And what are your challenges? What are the things that you're going through now? So that's sort of at a personal and emotional level. On a business level, 44% of the gross domestic product in the United States is produced by private businesses, not the big corporations. And so my belief is that small businesses, which SBA and defines under 1,000 employees, and they have some other definitions. That's the engine that drives our economy. And it's a shame to see a good business not be transferable because of a lack of planning. So there's a lot of money that's just going up in smoke because people don't do the planning.
Charles, before I ask you my last question, in regards to exit planning, is there anything that I didn't think to ask you that you feel is important to share with business owners today?
Very good question. I would say that the issue in all financial planning, and in particular with exit planning for business owners, is we're all human beings and we have flaws. And human beings tend to run from the complex and the difficult, even though they've confronted and overcome those things in their business on a regular basis. There are just a lot of emotions that are involved in deciding what to do with one's business. And so much of my work has to do with helping business owners decide on a personal level what they're going to do when they're no longer part of the business.
Charles, for business owners listening who would love to speak with you, how can they find you, connect with you, and learn more?
So my website is 3B as in Bravo, exp.com. That's 3BEXP.com. And I'm Charles at 3BEXP.com.
This has been terrific. I really appreciate you taking the time to share with my audience today, and I wish you continued success for you and for all of your clients.
Mark, thank you so much for the opportunity. It's been a pleasure.
That was certified exit planning advisor Charles Woldenberg. And this segment's been brought to you by booksgrowbusiness.com. It's the place where busy professionals get their books done and published to educate consumers, grow their businesses, and to leave a legacy. That's all for now. I'm Mark Imperial, and thanks for joining me.